Hey YouTubers, it's Jeffrey Howells Carpet Cleaning here, and I'm making this video here for both you guys who are getting in the carpet cleaning business and those who are interested in, stain removal and deodorizing services. But what we've done today is we've got this enzyme deodorizer cleaner. This is a Steamway product, and it works very, very good. As you can see, we're looking at roughly 48 to 50 bucks a gallon for this stuff, and it goes on pretty much straight. This is no dinky run-of-the-mill little deodorizer. I mean, this is pretty hardcore. So if you're dealing with issues with urine smell in hallways and stuff like that, this stuff will go on pretty deep. It will get through if you put it on heavy enough, it will go through the backing of the carpet and into it will penetrate the padding, and it can even be injected into the padding using a syringe. So this stuff is hardcore, and it beats ripping your carpets up and pre-treating and sealing in that case. So for very severe stuff, there's really no other substitute, but this right here is a really good solution in that case. If you have like a puppy, you're potty training, the place smells, and you just want to get it cleaned up and and get it deodorized and stuff, is an excellent choice. And so I always keep some of it in a spray bottle. Now with the spray bottle, one thing that I always do is when I have a chemical in there, these being cheapo Home Depot spray bottles, what I really do like about them is the wide neck. They do have a really good wide neck that's good for pouring product into them. So in that case, and they also have a good measuring system that's on there, unlike a lot of other bottles that you can't read or anything. So they do work pretty good for $1.97. You really, dollar stretches out a long way. So I always keep some of it in here for case-by-case basis. Another thing that I do with my Curry vacuum cleaner periodically from time to time, especially the last incident that I had, is that the bag blew off inside of there and it threw dirt all over in there. So I used another vacuum cleaner over here, and I pretty much vacuumed it all out and got it cleaned and brushed all the dirt and everything out of there. And then I will post-treat it with some enzyme deodorizer just to get rid of that dusty smell. Because that is really an annoyance. Another thing that I do generally is under the power head there, I'll do a couple sprays up in that beater bar area and then turn it on just to run that deodorizer through the system, so it gets into this guy here and into some of the workings, just so that you get some of that smell out, so that when you're in a customer's house and you turn your vacuum on, you don't get that whiff of NAS that, it doesn't happen all the time, but if you run into little problems, or even if you've done some cleaning at, someone's house, and then you go into another job, there's a potential that there's some cross-contamination there, and it's a good idea just to get rid of that, sanitize it, clean it up, get rid of any odor issues. So, moving along, also, what I wanted to do, one of the topics we were discussing earlier on Facebook was coffee stain removal on wool. Now this particular product by ChemSpec Browning Treatment coffee stain remover. This is a natural fiber friendly product. So when you do put it on, it's meant to go on and then to be extracted, but if you wanted to treat some browning before, post-cleaning, you can put this stuff down pretty heavily and it gets extracted out. And if you want to post-treat it, which is usually always, a pretty good idea, I would probably dilute it down maybe to like a 75% or maybe a 50% dilution, and then apply it and just leave it and don't bother extracting it, or at least until the next time you clean the carpets, and hopefully they'll have the carpets clean in the next 12 to 14 months. Any normal person would, especially if they care about the longevity of the carpet fibers and everything holding up. I also have a product by Master Blend that's a coffee stain remover, and it's in a granule form. That's why it's in the little canister. So this will literally make up probably about 3 to 4 of these guys. So this actually goes a lot further. Cost-wise, it might be a little bit more cost-effective. It's not a whole lot more cost-effective. What I do like about it, this has an infinite shelf life. You don't have to worry about it freezing and thawing or anything like that. It's always here and it's ready to go. Just add water. So I've got a spray bottle of that right here. So, and lastly, I always keep an empty spray bottle on hand so that while I'm cleaning, depending on what solution I'm using to clean, base cleaner I'm using to clean a commercial or residential place, I will be sure to also make up usually a super high concentrated solution that might be like 4 or 5 times strength of what the other, what I'm using for as a pre-spray. That way I have a super spotter ready to go. So usually a peroxide based cleaner is excellent for this purpose. Use a pretty high concentration. So if a peroxide, a lot of times that stuff gets put on about 5 to 6 ounces per gallon. So I might make up 5 to 6 ounces of peroxide in there just to give it some real good oomph there with your product, and that seems to work. And then lastly, what I've got is this Hydroforce polymer what is it called? Polyethylene plastic, whatever. It's a chemical sprayer. So this is my emergency backup. I purchased this because you can't really rely on the Home Depot ones, a cheapo, because you go to use it and it doesn't work, or you used it once and you forgot to empty it out and the chemical chewed up the inside and gummed up the your tubes or whatever, and it doesn't doesn't pump up anymore, or it doesn't work, spray, whatever. They're very problematic. So this guy here, very, very heavy duty, chemical resistant sprayer. I keep this on board. It's got a pretty expensive nozzle on it. I guess that's what made it so expensive, because this is only a gallon in size. It's not very big. And with that not being very big, it doesn't hold very much compressed air inside of there. So it really, I would probably recommend this for if you're doing upholstery cleaning. I wouldn't recommend this for doing floors, but if you're in a pinch and you really needed to, having something is better than nothing. So with that said, I just wanted to put that out there to kind of get your guys' minds moving in the right direction, get you thinking. And if you're looking into any services for carpet cleaning or stain removal, feel free to give me a call at 503-939-0534 if you're in the Portland, Oregon area, Happy Valley, Milwaukee, Gladstone, all those areas. I can definitely help you out, or at least point you in the right direction. So any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the space below, and I will address those personally as soon as I can. And you guys have a great day.